loads of gifts and presents which they don't really need. This is something that they usually probably leave in their hotel room before they check out and go back home. So the goal this time was to give them something they would actually take back home. And from the experience of this event, and by seeing the reactions of these bankers and how by touching the object, by interacting with the augmented reality, how they were again fascinated with some really simple data they work with on a daily basis, because it was presented in a different way, because it was interactive or it was closed in an object. This gave them different perspective and actually gave them fun. And they were really happy about it because this was something else, something that they didn't really were expecting to be shown. And one more thing to add about this technological part of this statue, this gift, is that we had only 4 weeks for the whole design and production of this event. And in 4 weeks you can't do a mass production, you can't start a production line. And on the other hand, it would be, money-wise, it would be completely irresponsible to produce 2,000 statues like that manually. So we used 3D printing in the SOS technology, and it's like a dust of plastic. And it was produced in a factory in London. So we used 3D printing not to create a small Yoda figures like most companies do on this like 3D printing meetings, but we actually used it for a purpose, to have a quick and quite long, quite big production line.
The next project is Chic Geek. This was done for the Art and Fashion Forum, which is an event that takes place in a very famous shopping mall in Poznan. This is like a shopping mall that is very connected with art and promoting art. It is owned by the most wealthy Polish woman, Grażyna Kulczyk. And the topic that we had to, the brief was that we need to tell a story about how fashion is transformed by technology. And the name of this edition of the forum was Chic Geek. So we thought about how we can tell the story within the branding of the event. So with the choose of typography, we try to make it from the one hand a very geeky, trying to sell the technology in it and very digital thinking, and on the other it has to have some be very chic, very fashion-like statement. And the second part of the branding was to create a key visual, and we thought about what technology really can transform the fashion most at the moment. And it's actually it's a 3D scanning. This is something that enables to create clothes that are made to measure. So you can a 3D scan person and then create a cloth that will fit exactly their body. And there are already some companies doing that. And we thought, okay, this is really something that transforms the fashion. So why not use it to create the key visual? So we did a photo shoot with a model, but it wasn't a typical photo shoot. It was a 3D scanning photo shoot. We used a lot of cameras that were at the same time making a picture, and when you had the data from all the cameras with the special programs, you could generate 3D objects that would be super photorealistic. So this is how the photo shoot took place, and this is the result. The result is like making of, I think it will make it shorter.
I think we can start.
It's no sound. Yes, basically, this was like a typical photo shoot. The model was real. We also built a part of the scenography that you'll later see why it's so deconstructed. We wanted by this old aluminum metal strips that were surrounded the models. When you looked at it from one perspective, they connected into an object that was a logo of the shopping mall, the old brewery shopping mall. So we wanted to connect it with the place that the event will take place, so it will be easy to understand. So after we did the photo shoot, we had a 3D model as you can see. And then I will skip this part. And this is how the final result looked like. So very high detail of 3D model, super photorealistic. So you couldn't distinguish from a real photo. But when we started playing with the 3D camera and rotating it around the object, it made it clear that this couldn't be done with a typical camera going around the model, because she would obviously be moving during those camera moves, and some of the camera moves were very impossible to do. So we will be able to do it only in 3D environment. And this is how the branding was then developed further into different elements. This is an invitation. We used optic print that you can, when you look at it, it makes the object 3D, so you could like rotate the invitation and see this 3D changing perspective. And this is some stage design that we created for the workshops that were held during the event. So very simple. Also, it was we tried to decode the same geometry that we use in the branding and build scenography that connected to it. So it all felt really connected to each other. A very simple wooden structure. It was painted in black, and we added this black triangles that we were able to place information on it and branding. And we also created a stage design where the final of the event took place. Yeah, so
yeah, just to maybe add one more thing, again regarding the people who were interacting with this branding or this whole idea. When you think of when you think of this. Imagine it's a magazine cover, let's say a Vogue or Elle or any other magazine that usually has a cover with a model for a regular photo session, right? But when you think that this actually isn't a picture, it's a 3D image, so it's like a 3D model actually, not a regular model, then it shows that technology can be seriously involved in the fashion. And coming even even further back to the brief of the client, they wanted us to create a visual that would link two worlds that for many people are impossible to connect, because for them fashion does not connect with the technology. Fashion is something analog, it's very physical, technology is digital, and is made for different purpose. You're to judge, but we had an impression that we managed to find a way to connect these two worlds. Okay, and this is another event project, but it was a bit different because it was made for Copernicus Science Center in Warsaw. So it's like a place where you go with kids, or even for the adults, but you can learn about the physics, the astronomy, the environment. So there's a lot of like interactive toys, interactive stations. And the center has their own festival, which is held annually. And Studio was involved in creating the visual identity for 3 years. And in the final year of the cooperation in 2013, we were also invited to host and co-create the exhibition itself. The topic for the festival that year was Power to the People, and it was about the mass personalization and customization of the production, or basically our lives. So we not only made the branding of the whole visual identity, but also we were responsible for the exhibition itself and for part of the lectures and workshops. And we had this discussion how to really simply show the topic of the festival to an average person. So what does it actually mean to have this mass customization or personalization? What is it about to have this power, the power to the people? And we thought that this is basically about the technology that gives us ability to create things in a different way. So things that normally or in the past were only reserved for the professionals or for the merchandisers, now can be created by us. And what you see here is a making of for the video. There was a promo movie for a promo clip for the festival, but also it created our key visual, and you're going to see in a second how it was made.
We used a little device called Lip Motion, which can grab the data, the vectors of the movement of your fingertips, and we gather the data out of the movement that the actor made, and we then analyzed the data and created a 3D model out of it, and then it was like this.